Hi, I'm Rikk Morris. I've just completed the Disaster Wilderness First Aid course that Matt Rafitsky holds with Solo. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we were outside for a good part of the time. But what really struck me in the very beginning was how Matt took a very professional and pointed topic coverage. He was very serious about all this and laid a set of ground rules down that made me realize right from the very beginning that this isn't just figuring out how to go out and patch somebody up. There's a very serious series of steps that must be gone through to properly be a wilderness first aid provider. And Matt taught us to have a great respect for what it is that we needed to know about the procedure involved. If you don't follow the procedure, you can create damage instead of providing someone, the safety and the first aid that they really need. You can harm them. I wasn't expecting that. I was looking for a course. My wife and I are, well, call us preppers. We believe that we need to be prepared for a social breakdown in the future, and this was specifically so that when we have a group of people that we are working with in our location, our home location, we can provide the necessary first aid for these people for whatever happens. And this is exactly what we learned. I kind of expected a much broader spectrum of topics to be covered. However, when we actually went through each of the different topics we did cover, there was no way Matt could have done it with any less time or effort. I don't know how he compacted as much into the short 2 days that we had as he did. So that was, I think, what I got the most out of this whole training was this is a far more serious set of circumstances that I'm addressing. I thought I would go out and patch somebody and drag them back in. That's not what happens when you're really out there. And I also found it very interesting that as a patient, when I was one of the people laying on the ground with some injury, people would come and take care of me, and I'd be thinking, oh man, you should have done this and you should have done that. When I was the actual provider and the people were laying on the ground, it took a split second for me to forget everything that I had been told in the classroom. But Matt was also very, very patient with us, walking us through each of the steps that are necessary to bring us to an appropriate method of handling each situation. So I got to thank Matt very much for his patience, for his understanding, and his willingness to go over things again and again with me until I understood it. There was never any pressure on me. I took a lead role a few times when some of the events went on, and I never felt like I was out of my place or out of my game. Everyone I worked with was wonderful. The whole class was great. I got to thank Blue Ridge Mountain Sports also for letting us use their facilities in Knoxville, Tennessee. I would highly suggest that anyone who is out in the wilderness, even if you just go for hikes around your house, you ought to know about a lot of this stuff, because there's a lot of prevention that's also discussed, because prevention, of course, is better than trying to provide first aid. So once again, Matt, I thank you very much for the Solo team. Well done, and I look forward to an advanced course in the near future.